Good morning on what is a cool, grey and slightly damp day. It is Thursday the 30th of May and I'm in Read Nook on with a nice cup of tea on what is essentially UK Games Expo 2024 Eve. It starts tomorrow, we'll be at it tonight. But I've got a box to unbox, quite a chunky affair. Let's find out what is in here. And this has come from Cursium because I think they're the only ones sending me things for oh no, I could be wrong. No, it's not from Cursium. It is this. Something unexpected. This is Inevitable. Published by, let's have a look. It's okay. This is from Soul Muppet Publishing. Knights and wizards have defended the kingdom of myth for centuries. These lands have known peace and prosperity, but soon the kingdom shall be destroyed. The prophets have declared that your city shall burn and myth will fall. All those that follow your king shall die. It is inevitable. But you shall defy fate. Myth will not end while you bear arms. You will fail, but as long as there are still stories, they will sing of you. Inevitable is an Arthurian Western role-playing game for 2 to 6 players and a GM where your party of disastrously sad cowboy knights fail to stop the apocalypse. This 284-page book contains all the rules, character creation, and the setting of your campaign, thoroughly and evocatively detailing the Baron, the land surrounding the Kingdom of Myth. Good luck failing to save the world. Okay, I already like the tone of it. So, what this is essentially what I've got here. This is a poster here. So I'll open up that and show you. Oh, it's up the right way. And there is a map on the background. Sorry, a map on the back. What am I saying? So let's have a look inside. So you've got 2 icons there, guns, a pair of 6 guns and a crown. And instead of the sword being drawn from the lake, you have a shooter, a revolver. Here we have the credits page, and contents page. And basically, introduction terms, essentially the terms of the setting. And then a guide to the game before you play, so it's covering things like its themes, safety and content, and how to use the book. So you've got contents warnings for those elements, and then 18 facts about the Baron, genre, Kingdom of Myth, magic, prophecy and doom, geography. There's a cannibal saint, and one of the weapons used. This is all giving you the basics of the setting, including the 18 people of the Baron as well. So 6 people of Myth, 6 people beyond Myth, 6 people from the Tales. So these are NPCs that you could throw into the campaign. This is when we start off. We've got the player's guide. Essentially in terms of the setting, around the table, in the game and rules, and this is meant to be read out during session 0. Your players taking turns to read the sections, and then we've got to rules for the game and quests, including types of quest, reputations, invoking reputations during play, whether that is to hinder or help. And there could also be just conditions, and then we've got basically showdowns tokens for showdowns and dealing with threat. and then season quest and possible challenges and how to handle those. And then we get on to the actual showdown. So this is essentially this is the face-off, the duel down the street, down the length of the street, waiting for that clock to chime at midday, guns drawn and so on. And then essentially what happens when you defeat an opponent, there's a cost. And here we have a full quest example. And then what happens in the end game, including how to survive it. And we've got some more examples of failed end games, an example of successful end games, and how to defeat a doom. We've got things like extra tech, possible defeats, and so on. That really doesn't want to stay in place. Just gonna put that there. Hopefully that will hold it. So where was I? And then we get on to characters and classes. So this is, you've got a guide to those classes. Basically you play this character type if you want to. So for example, play the errant if you wish to act with the authority of the king. Ask what it means to be honourable. Fight with unsurpassed skill, both with sword and a gun. And we get on to making a character. So the options are errant and mystic, Godsman, Tailweaver, Reamer? Reamer? Yeah, or Roma? No, Reamer. Shadowjack. And then we got onto abilities. So you've got each of the classes has got their own abilities. Then you've got general abilities. Names, titles, and basically you use those to create details of your character. And I think that's there's also the quick start that fell out. Have a look at that in a minute. Reputations. So you can create a character, including all the background or an NPC, and then tenets of the mystic ideal. Basically, what the characters are attempting to live up to. And then guns, magic, and horses. Horses. No, I think it's horses. It's just a bit different. With the O does look a bit like an E, but the E is different. Here we've got a section on the guns of the barons. Magic. Horses. All this great artwork. And this almost like transposes the mythic land, turns it, basically Arthurian legend, and is dropping it into the west, not quite beyond the Wild West. Lands of Arizona, Nevada, and so on. Here we've got the mythic campaign. Using dooms, how to use them, essentially, using a single doom for a 2 to 4 session game, and so on. Basically, a doom is a super powered threat. Then we have starter seed adventures, some sample dooms like this giant walking fortress. So there's the aforementioned Cannibal Saint. And so, you know, we've got each one legend and themes, and the cast, how do we involve the cast and who else is involved, sections further on escalation, leads, and what happens when you've got failure, and in his case, a list of his terrible sorceries. Let's go do similar things for each of the other dooms. So here we have the Tower Wizards. So their own legend, their own themes, and so on, cast, leads, and failure. The Great Drake. The Thronebreaker. The Raven Claimed. The Warlord. So, you know, you can play this game multiple times, different themes each time, mix and match. And here we move on to events, so like the Battle of Violet Fields, what happened there, how to play it, and then Realms of Myth, how we get to describing the locations, the desert, the firmament, the structure of the area, and then Journey of Receipt. I think it's going to be just as important as the confrontation with Doom. I've got different location descriptions. So we've got the Crownlands, they're going to be basically where the starting point, and then we have the myths associated with it, which the player characters will involve themselves in and encounter. It includes places and scenes which can be set there. Even a carcass of a great ship out in the desert, always a fantastic image of a huge beached ship. You know, you wonder just how it got there. So multiple locations, multiple sort of things, interesting things to be encountered, like the tower you shall never see, always in the distance. The green, and then you've got that map in the centre of the book. He doesn't want to. Sky Castle. Flipping forward, just showing these locations, showing the art, and it's reminiscent also, so essentially, of the artwork is reminiscent of Wanderhome a little bit. Hill, completely sort of like a hanging tree there, or at least but you know, instead of, because this is the Wild West, so instead of sort of like, you know, if you think about the classic kind of scenes in Arthurian legend, you have the tree like this, old and twisted, covered with crows and ravens and that sort of thing. Here it's vultures. So numerous locations to explore in detail, even a place called Epitome, and Hubris. But I mean, these are actually kind of more, I mean, that's the point in Hubris, pointing to the disaster once a mighty land of beauty and knowledge, and we have towers there of of once that would have generated electricity, cooling towers, whether that's nuclear or other. And we do actually have crows on the trees. You've actually got crows perch. So the cast at court. So this is the royal family. The ones that the plaid characters are going to be serving. Sort of getting all involved in their feuding and politicking. And then we've got the errant order. And the 18 knights of myth at any one time. Some samples there. And here we are, they're detailed, given thumbnail descriptions based off essentially each drawing from the main image before. How to handle scenes with multiple NPCs. It's a nice addition because sometimes that can be difficult to portray. Friends, foes, and monsters. Start off with speaking birds. The red-feathered king. Roman kings and queens. Wizards, complete with the classic wizard's hat. And throughout, essentially, these guns themselves, essentially, these are detailed guns. These are kind of signature guns, as it were. Each with their own history and abilities. I'll move on to artifacts, including the Ringsmith's Dozen, the Heart of the Witch, mythic blades as opposed to mythic guns. I mean, the guns has essentially been peppered throughout. Riddle doors and wizard's fonts. It's actually that's a source of water actually. And then we have Game Master Advice. Talking about also an Arthurian legend, and how that's tied into Inevitable. Some sample NPCs. And just more background and details, fleshing out the world of the knights. So on, and then here at the end we have final notes: mythology, monarchy, and the apocalypse. This game is about mythology. This game is about monarchy. This game is about apocalypse. So, just basically getting down to the bullet points. Here is clearly what the game is about, followed by its own appendix N of inspirations, and this artwork that you've seen on the poster, and so on. And that's the character sheet. That's really quite impressive, and basically quite an imposing character sheet. And then we also have the quick start. That's kind of actually just folds out. Actually folds out in total, so like a little chapbook. I'm not going to fold that all the way out because I always get these things kind of messed around. But anyway, that is Inevitable, published by Soul Muppet Publishing, basically an Arthurian Western post-apocalyptic role-playing game, or pre-apocalyptic role-playing game. Well, I hope you enjoyed this unboxing in the Nook. If you did, then please do click on the like button down below. And of course, if you've got any comments or feedback, I do appreciate you taking the time to post those. And lastly, if you want to be alerted to more unboxings in the Nook, where you'll see me out here with a box containing a book or game, or in this case a role-playing game, which I'll unbox and chat about to the best extent of my knowledge for roughly 10 minutes or so, all of course accompanied by a nice hot cup of tea, then please do click on the subscribe button down below. Thanks again for watching another unboxing in the Nook. I will be back again soon with another one. Bye for now.